Hello guys, welcome. Thanks again for joining me. Mike here. These right here are floating shelves, and in today's video I'm going to show you how I made them. First thing I did was stopped at Menards. If you're not local and you don't know what Menards is, basically it's the same thing as a Home Depot or Lowe's. And what I purchased was the Mastercraft, that's the Menards brand. It's edge glued pine. It's a 1x12 by 8 foot long board, and that's what I'm going to make these shelves of. So this is what the pine looks like, and I have to apologize in advance because I did start making these shelves a little while ago, so what I'm going to do is just tell you the things that I've done so far. Because we're under construction and I don't know exactly the size that these floating shelves are going to be, I know that they're going to be about 12 inches deep, but I'm not sure how wide they're going to be. So I'm going to make mine just a little bit wider and then cut them later. So if you know what size your shelves are going to be, go ahead and take this board and cut them to size on your table saw. Then what you can see right here is I cut a 45-degree angle on my table saw. I ran this thing through so it's a 45 on this whole edge. The other two edges, or actually three edges, are going to be flat because these floating shelves are actually going to be with a wall on the back and then a wall on both sides. The reason I cut this 45-degree angle here is because we don't want our shelves just to be 3/4 of an inch thick. We want these shelves to appear like they're 2.5 inches thick, but one solid piece. So like I said, run this through on a 45-degree angle and then make another one exactly like this. So what I did with more of this material is I knew I wanted 2.5 inches thick. So this right here is 2.5 inches thick, and if you look on the end of it, what I did was I ran it through the table saw and I cut a 45-degree on this side and I cut a 45-degree on this side. So now I have my three pieces. I have the two boards that are identical and I have the third board, which is going to be the face frame of the floating shelves. With the magic of video editing, I have to recap just a bit. I was in the process of building these floating shelves and got called away to do a whole bunch of other stuff, so I'm just getting back with it now. In the meantime, Brenda, she ended up staining the boards. So earlier in the video you saw the boards weren't stained. They are stained now, and that's the reason. I can't remember exactly where I left off, but what I'm going to do is kind of recap here a little bit. Put a 45-degree angle on both sides, and then what you do is you take a third board, that's going to be the face of it, and then you put a 45-degree cut on both of those ends of the board as well. So then you're going to fasten all three boards together. In the end, you're going to end up with what appears to be a 2.5 inch thick shelf. In reality, it's only 3/4 of an inch thick, but with this process, it gives you that illusion. Now what I'm going to end up with is a space between there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some block boards to fit in between there to hold everything stable. So what I'm building is 6 shelves, so what I need is a total of 12 of these blocks that go in between the top board and the bottom board. Okay, so just to show you what I'm going to do, I got the bottom board here, I got the face of it right here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue in 2 of these spacers, and then that top board is going to sit right on top of there like that. So now what I'm able to do, seeing how I have all my parts ready, is I can glue it and start pin nailing everything together. So it can be a little tricky holding all those pieces together while you're trying to glue it and pin nail it. So here's what you can do. So it really helps to clamp it together. But before you clamp it, you want to make sure that the boards are all squared up. So this is just a regular square right here. So I just lay that right on the bench that I'm working on. And then I put both of these boards right up against here, as you can see. So it lines up with a square here, and it lines up with a square along this edge. That means I know that these two boards are in the same plane. And then I'm going to be cutting these to length anyway, so I'm not too concerned about the other side at this point. So once you do get it all squared up like this, just make sure you've got your blocking boards. Put a couple of those in here and work with your clamps to get it all clamped together. Then what I can do is work with this last piece and glue it and pin nail it a lot more easily. Okay guys, I'm back again. I apologize. For some reason these shelves have just been slipping my mind. So we've been kind of busy with building this new house. Go ahead and check out some of the other videos if you want. But I just kind of remembered that I had to finish this video up. You can see behind me, they're done. We're all moved in to the house, and it is Christmas time already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these apart and show you how I installed them, so you guys will be able to do that if this is the type of shelf that you're choosing. Okay, so here's my completed shelf. All I did with this, because in my video I explained that I left both sides a little bit long and I was going to cut it later. When we were building the house, I did not know what this dimension right here was. So that's why I waited till the very last minute, took my measurements on here, and then cut it to fit. You can see right here I ended up with that inch space here, okay? And I do have the block boards recessed back in there. That's why earlier I believe I pointed an arrow to the blocks and said make sure that you keep the blocks in from the edge, and here's why. What I have now and what I installed were these cleats, I want to call them, and you mount one on each side of the wall. I bet you know where I'm going with this, but you're correct. The cleats that are mounted on the wall are also an inch wide because this space here is an inch wide. Actually, I think I probably made those about a 32nd of an inch smaller just so this would be able to slide on a little bit easier. So what I've got then is the cleat on the wall, which this distance from the back corner to the front is just a little bit shorter than this space right here. And all you do then is make sure that the cleats are fastened and they're leveled. And you can take your floating shelf then and you can slide this right on the cleats and boom, your floating shelf is complete. So with the shelves being installed, they actually do look like they're floating. There's no support on this side or the other side or the back, and that's the exact look we were going for. We also were going with a look of shelves being 2.5 inches thick instead of just a little 3/4 inch shelving board. Go ahead and try to make these floating shelves if it's something you're interested in, or if it's something you've been debating on whether or not to try it. And again, when you're making these shelves, it's all about the details. If you can't get the seam perfect on the front here, just go ahead and use some wood filler, sand it up nice. It takes time to do that, but in the end, you'll be glad you did. It's all about the details. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining me, and we'll catch you next time.